Yep. Good afternoon and welcome to our Women's State League 4 broadcast this afternoon for the final match week of the season. For your viewing pleasure this afternoon, we've got Eastern Lions hosting Croydon City. Both teams certainly had a rather comfortable year, with perhaps a few things here and there wishing they could have gone a little bit more in their direction. Nonetheless, rather comfy seasons, firmly in the mid-table for the Lionesses, who have completed their first ever season of senior women's football. Eastern Lions, of course, noticeable for their time, at least in the men's game, reaching the first division only a couple of years ago. Their time certainly not quite so successful on the pitch in the NPL, but nonetheless certainly quite positive off the pitch for the club. As for Croydon City, of course, as many would know, they are a mainstay of State League women's football here in Melbourne, and quite often have numerous teams in numerous divisions, like we see today here in State League 4, of which is the 6th division of women's football here in Melbourne, at least under the current league structures, which are set to be adjusted for next year's campaign. With the hosts, we have number 1, Sarah Trendy, number 2, Renata Rees, number 4, Michaela Van Dalen, number 5, Kelly Howard, number 7, Dwan Price, number 9, their captain, Anna Claire Amunos, number 10, Danielle Canatus, and number 16, Kiara Kim, and number 19, Trudy Balsham for Chris Steele's Eastern Lions. And hopefully, after having to go a bit old school and scouring up and down our sheets, we haven't missed anyone this afternoon. If we have, well, you can sack the cameraman. As for the visiting City, they commence with number 1, Alison Boscaril, number 2, Gabrielle Grande, number 3, Alexis Sido, number 5, Hannah Opus, number 12, Rhiannon Mayer, number 13, Vanessa Hay, number 14, Zoe Hooton, number 16, Christine Rouse, number 22, Karis Inman, number 29, Sienna Gabrielson. And for Tri-Element Media this afternoon, I'm William Bennett. Hopefully bring you plenty of action in our final match weekends here in the State Leagues. Certainly early difficulties enforced upon Countess there. Hopefully all right to continue. Certainly not nice to have anything too deeply disrupting proceedings. Indeed, speaking of proceedings this afternoon, we do like to thank those who have helped get this senior women's team off the ground after a lot of work in the background. As we aforementioned, it was only formed with the club looking to expand further into women's footballs, having previously had both junior and masters women's teams. At this stage, there's also some quite little lionesses, their under 16 side. In support of the club, would also like to thank their sponsors in Sophia Family Restaurant in Burwood, Bedford Wealth Management, Tree Lady McRyan's Paints, and the Mulgrave Country Club, who hopefully apparently might be supporting us as well. Now, for those of you at home wondering just what is our camera up to, has he finally gone absolutely mental? Not quite, not far off either. With a few technical difficulties, which is very much weather imposed, I have to make a quick few resets of the main camera. But for us, and we shall have our first call of the afternoon. Corner ball played short. Swung in. Lions almost in danger. Dealt with for the time being. And we should hopefully now have our live stream back in full working order. Unfortunately, we have had to drop the quality of our streams. I know. It's an absolute horrible thought. One day our camera will sack me. Hopefully, nonetheless, we shall be able to keep in full HD quality for our gold cameras, should they be required throughout this afternoon. Oscar Rio, just within a box there. So very much tight margins within the Arrows 18-yard area. Now, for those of you who are joining us live this afternoon, do feel free to leave your comments and take the example of the navigator, who does say, "Let's go Lionesses." So, of course, it's always nice to have supporters from all clubs, be you of an Eastern or Croydon persuasion. Do let us know what you think of the game. And, of course, if you're feeling generous, do feel free to give us a like and a subscription if you haven't already. And if you're feeling really, really generous, you can help support our cameraman in his project, helping bring you the wide world of women's football beyond the NPL here in Victoria. And of course, in the process, help him deal with his crippling milkshake addiction. And apparently we do have a rather international audience this afternoon, with at least a viewer all the way from the United States. in the potentially still sunny state of Utah in Salt Lake City. Of course, Salt Lake, known for its time in the Winter Olympics, was it 94? It's before my time. And of course, its history in the rather interesting Mormon faith, one side of American history which perhaps doesn't always get much attention, but really should from the history buffs. Some crazy things going on there. Anyway, back to the game. Kansas with the throw. No, it's been palmed off. Is Price instead. And so, that proves the answer to the question. Yes, the price is right. Once more, here's Hooton with the throw for the Arrows. Zoe Houghton rejoined Croydon this season after a year away at Ringwood City, where she spent time trying to break into senior women's football. Certainly this campaign has been helping her development, as well as a couple of her teammates who did make that brief switch across to Ringwood. Van Dalen. Inman. Hooton. Cleared by Price. Which is cleared by Van Dalen. Wind very much wreaking havoc with our notes. Karakatsis. Grande really amping up the pressure here for the Arrows. Of course, in the Arrows' favour. Lionesses struggling to get their own half for the time being. Trendo with the save. Now, allegedly, Sarah Trende once played a finals fixture with a broken hand and still managed a clean sheet. The exact further details of that particular finals fixture, well, perhaps we might be able to get some more further confirmations at half-time for you all at home, or indeed wherever in the world you are enjoying this fine afternoon's game from. Once more, here's Hooton with the throw for the Arrows. Ball swung forward by Meyer. Can't quite find a target on this occasion. Back in for Meyer, who looks for a keeper, Bosco-Real. Rees dealing with the situation there. Just putting a bit more firm control in their back line. Hooten. And tries to mark the arrows, still can't quite break down the Lioness's defence. They're holding firm as things stand. Ingwerson with the throw on that far wing. It is a corner for the Arrows. Ball swung in. The wind somehow not managing to have an impact there. That shall go out for a city throw. Hooten. Brief flick there by Van Dalen. Kim under pressure. Ball sent back towards the Lioness's goal. Trende on top of proceedings. As you might be able to tell at home, whether it's certainly having an impact on all of us here, or I can assure you our film crew is quite secure. It's certainly not invulnerable to the conditions. Sardo. Trying to find that long ball through for Grande. Gabriel Grande is Croydon's top goal scorer as things stand, having had 9 in 16 appearances so far in this campaign. I'm not sure he'll break into the double digits. It remains to be seen. Trende. Van Dalen under pressure. Turnover via the throw. In for Hay. Brief touch off Ross. Here's Van Dalen. Long ball sent by Canitas. Trende. Certainly plenty of travelling fans present here this afternoon. It's certainly nice to see. Don't always see it at this level of the women's pyramid. Switch across for Hay. Hay running out of space in terms of the angle. Does well to deal with Price, but needed support in the area. Van Dalen makes way past Hoosen. Price sends the long ball forward. Trying to get up for her captain in Ana Claire Munoz. Munoz from range. It's deflected. And it will ultimately throw for the Lionesses deep in their opponent's half. It looks to be Van Dalen there with the throw. Trying to pinpoint Samuel. International students nearby at Deakin University. Also, club's joint top goal scorer. So it's the first in their women's history to score a hat-trick, something she's done on 2 occasions. Most recently against Doncaster Rovers in Lionesses' 10-0 thumping of the Rovers only a couple of weeks ago. Breeze with the free kick. Finds Van Dalen. Van Dalen, space again, tighter on her. As the area is cleared by Inman. Kim. And we'll throw for the Lionesses. We do have our first burst of substitutions. A triple change for the Arrows. Of course, for those of you who are unfamiliar with women's state leagues, is rolling substitutions, except within cup competition. Oscar Real dealing with the threat. Samuel, under pressure, looks to play through Tran. Tran still under pressure. Goal kick, Croydon City. Samuel coming back in support via Young. Lionesses also have made a few changes with that Croydon sub break. One ball sent in, ultimately merely Bosco Royals to keep firm control of. Squirrel So I give it the benefit of a kick clock. Can't quite find Leach there. Shall be a throw for the Lionesses. Deep in their own half. Certainly plenty of opportunities and means to break out and gain some momentum. Here's Price. Leach. Breeze. Karakatsus. Kalasos supporters there. Offering the free kick against her. And it will be Meyer to take the free kick. Presently, Meyer is in their second senior stint at Croydon and rejoined from Lilydale Montrose United. Now, as was where she initially broke through into senior women's football a few seasons ago. It will be a corner for Croydon. And looks like it is Pishotek. Takes the corner. Indeed, yes, it is Pishotek. Once again, corner for Croydon. And seeing Pishotek's ball. Pishotek swings it in. Cleared by Samuel. Bruton, the benefactor of a very, very fortunately timed a bounce of the concrete there. Samuel with an interception. Just about beats her marker in Meyer. Meyer out of her footing, clearing the area. When Dahl take the throw, after hold on a moment, let's go and make a quick adjustments. Oh. Take the other side. Throw played in, finds Anishka Samuel under pressure from the substitute Ashley Claypack. That is a goal kick for the visitors. The Lionesses are rewarded with a corner deep in the opposing half. Thankfully for yourselves at home, do you have a camera capable of beating the natural curvature of the pitch here at Gardiner's Creek Reserve? As we do enjoy this game from the Jim Williams stand. Jim Williams, a former life member of Eastern Lions, and very much a beloved figure in this club. He was certainly having a tremendous legacy here at the Lions. And perhaps now, with the rise of their senior women's programme, as hopeful expansion of junior women's teams as well, they were able to continue their connection to the club. Something we are aware is still very active to this day. Calls for a handball awarded. Jones, unfortunately, with the touch. Here's Cantos with the throat. Looks for Van Dalen. Number 5 Van Dalen. So it's Tran there with some pulse. Who's in there with the throat? Intercepted by Van Dalen. Van Dalen, pressure. It's again with the throw for Croydon. The benefactor of the ricochet touch off Van Dalen. Fran. Samuel bringing the ball down under control. Still with Samuel. Can't see if she's going to shot in. Oh, touch going against her. That is a well-timed and very well-placed foot there by Toby Henry. And the arrows are let on. Grande very much giving chase. Cross the ball in. That can't quite get it in tight enough. Goal kick Eastern Lions. Cross. Clear there for the moment. Shot from range. Dealt with by Trendo. Tremendous stretching save there from the Eastern Lions keeper. Zimblas playing long for Tran. Van Dalen in for Samuel. So for long ball forward, picked up by Tran. Tran under pressure from Henry. Inman. So, force from Bosco Real, who is able to get things under control. Leaves their area. And the send Grande on, finds Grande, so they egged on by the wind. Grande sight, there's a shot on, and just knocked clear by Sarah Trendo. It's more, it is corner for the visitors. As we're just about to enter into the final 10 minutes or so of this half. After a slight delay in the start of this fixture. Corner played short into Henry. Alright, looking for option into the box. Can't quite find Inman. Gabrielson with the aerial support, but not finding it so. Here's Tran. Still with Tran. With support in the box. And not quite able to get there. Let's Croydon look at the counter. Young. Countess. Gabrielson. Samuel. Van Dalen. Long range ball there from Young. Collected by Boscaril. As things remain, it shall go into half time. Eastern Lions 0, Croydon City 0. So not without firm efforts at either end. Croydon certainly with the bulk of the opportunities so far this afternoon. So as you can see from stats from these two teams' previous fixture against each other, Croydon certainly have a narrow edge upon their opponents. So not any domination by any serious means. With last time out between these two sides at Dorset Recreational Reserve ending 3-2 for the Arrows. Long ball sent. Chase between Van Dalen and Hooton. Van Dalen a bit of touch. Can't control in the space. Jones. Hooton. Price. Minus is forced to chase back. Thumped by Trende. Canitus. Go by Hooton. Jones. Samuel. Let's play a free ball for Van Dalen. Almost be collected by a Boscaril. Firm header there from Howard. That's the ball sent into the gloves of Sarah Trendo. Shot from range. Bouncing off the woodwork. So a tremendous ball there from the number 22, Karis Inman. Cartus. And Darwin. So turn to Cartus. Samuel. Tran. Grande looking to break. Here's Trendo with the collection. Tran. Van Dalen. Samuel with interception. Picked up by Henry. Briefly. Tran. Van Dalen. Again, held back by Henry. Samuel. Looks wide for Simus. Oscar Royal. Out of the ball after the initial dash to the knee. Great recovery there from the Croydon keeper. From Darwin. So going for range. Locked for the time being. Here's Jones. Grande. Intercepted by Canitus. Still with Canitus. Looking for the crossing option. Looking provided. Quite get the touch he needs there. And Darwin. Shadow free kick for the Lionesses, just outside the 18-yard area. And so, no spot kick for the time being. And for the last few minutes of this half, quick change for both sides. As we see both Inman and Simbus giving up Reaver. Here's Van Dalen. Bit much force on that ball. Shall we go kick Croydon City? Samuel, brief interception. Can't bring it down. So can provide. Back for Samuel. So looking to throw it for Tran. Tran, unable to get the touch of Oscar Real, in trouble. But Pro with support from her teammates. Danger averted for the time being. Monsters do get their first quarter of the half. Right, Samuel's picking up a knock. Shift plus tank exactly its knee or ankle. from our filming position. Irregardless, substitution has been mandated by our referee. Indeed, it is the number 12, the Indian national, Anushka Samuel. The ball swung in by Van Dalen. Estoril collects. Trendo. Reception by Jones. Canisius. Down the silhouette. Van Dalen. Flicks on. No one's there to mate it. Van Dalen very much drawing in Hooton there. Caught from ahead, and very much indeed it was off her forward. Leach. Hooton. And Grande is able to step through and collect that. I'm going to get a crossing. Howard dealing proceedings. Canisius. And with a broken whistle, it is half-time here at Gardiner's Creek Reserve. It is Eastern Lions 0, Croydon City Arrows 0. We'll be back in about 15 minutes or so for all the second half action here in our Women's State League 4 East final match weekends.
To be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss. Screwed when we play our roles wish I knew. educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I like to be away in my patience. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed.
And half here from Gardiner's Cricket Reserve from our action this afternoon in our Women's State League 4 East clash between Eastern Lions and Croydon City Arrows. At the break, it does remain donuts all round. It is 0-0. So plenty of firm, promising signs for the Arrows, who did have the win in the first half. For those of you who are only just joining us for the second half, we can assure you it's been quite a firm factor for ourselves this afternoon. Otherwise, if you do want to get involved in all the action, please do make use of our live chat and we'll try and get to your messages throughout this afternoon's game. Of course, we do reserve any rights to refuse any messages that are of a bit of an unsavoury nature. So keep it clean, but do have fun. And if you don't want to keep it clean, at least keep it PG. Otherwise, plenty of messages from Jim Bobby, who's joined us, saying the number 8 got to be doing more. And there's big things from the right wing in the second half. Assuming, but Jim, you are of a Croydon persuasion. Going by comments there. Otherwise, once again, comments from our American viewer, the Navigator, who sends their continued congratulations and support to the Lionesses for the second half. Kim. There's Ingwerson. Cuts centrally for Gabrielson. Van Dalen. Samuel, who is able to return after an early injury late in the first half. So great to see her back in action. And with a chance to end her season on an already higher goal scoring margin. She's managed 7 appearances so far this season. She can end the year with 8 in 8 appearances. That'll certainly be quite some feat indeed. Samuel, picked up by Aspro Lupos. Kim. Ingwerson. Set long by Sido. Here's Howard. Belchin. Howard again. Nice, is continuing to advance up the sideline. Here's Simbas. Looks to play through for a captain in Munoz. That will be a goal kick for the Arrows. And Darwin potentially open up some opportunity here for the Lionesses. Very much firmly trailed by Mayer. Need to get out of their own half. Numbers are firmly against them. Here's Simbas. Collected by Ingwerson. Ingwerson finds a Grande. Gabrielson. Wide for Mayer. Grande dispossessing Howard. Mayer still in a situation there before it can get any further dangerous. Samuel. Van Dalen back for Samuel. So find a long option for Munoz to chase. And will be a throw for the Lionesses. Of which Van Dalen will take. Manages to pick out Kiara Kim there. Samuel from range. Slight deflection. Simbas not able to get in there. Sweep things up. ultimately it still shall be a corner for the Lionesses. Van Dalen come across for the set piece. Van Dalen swings it in. Briefly palmed away by Boscareal. Can't get a firm touch on that ball. And ultimately, it's the Lionesses wheeling away with that. We can just check on the replay. And it is, by the looks of things, captain's contribution there. Again. Indeed, yes it is. Very much the most fractional but equally effective headed touch there, and indeed it was a captain's contribution there from Anne Claire Munoz. It is Eastern Lions 1, Croydon City Arrows 0 here at Gardiner's Cricket Reserve. And so, as things stand, Lionesses do go on to having a neutral goal difference. And coincidentally, Croydon will drop down to having a negative goal difference. The only side in the top half of the table to have one as things presently stand. Danger in the Lionesses' box. Cleared by Kim, who is very much in the process of playing her final fixture for the Lionesses, so that not through any unfortunate means. And so we'll be heading off to the United Kingdom and to Manchester University in particular. Very much arguable musical heart of the United Kingdom. Here's Van Dalen. Van Dalen forced to go low as the area is cleared by rails. Gabrielson, slight flick, picked up by Kim. Sends the long ball for Van Dalen to chase. Henry with the advantage, somehow Van Dalen able to track down Henry and beat her in the process. Free kick ultimately awarded in Henry's favour. Looked like Henry might have just lost their balance in the process. But overall, it didn't seem like, at least upon initial viewing, anything malicious there. Of course, going back to Van Dalen's extreme pace, very much something you would struggle to find at the highest levels of the Victorian pyramid, in just the sheer capability in their speed. And a free kick awarded. From the sounds of things, for a hard boot. If the various shoutings from the field of play are to be believed. Anywho, Carnitas for Howard. Now, just looking at footing briefly, supported by Kim. Again, we see Van Dalen and Henry battle things out. So I feel like things are getting a little bit passionate between those two. As having a game between themselves. So like, not always a bad thing as long as things remain in friendly competition. Here's Bosco Real. Canatus. Sido. Wind very much added to be hooting there on that far wing. Correction, no, it was Hay on that far side. Chance for the arrows. Snuffed out by Kim. Kim under pressure herself now from Ingwerson. She had a very firm second half performance so far. In the first 15 or so. Chance here for Grande. Shoots. And she does regain the equilibrium. Fight the arrows. It is Eastern Lions 1. Croydon City 1. See on the replay here. Grande just perfectly timed her touch. She knew exactly where that ball was going. Grande keeper, very much unfortunate not to be able to get any further contact there. It's just tough timing for the Lionesses keeper. But with that, the Croydon top goal scorer in Gabriella Grande does extend her goal tally for the Arrows this season. She's now 10 in 17 appearances. Kim. And pressure and beaten by Sido. Sido brought down, but no foul is awarded. The wind absolutely wreaking havoc with the advertising hoardings. I suppose that's what you're supposed to call them nowadays. It's certainly not boards. As the game progresses, a potential risk to a couple of players who are warming up on the sidelines. Hopefully that risk doesn't eventuate. So they will have to be careful of. Gabrielson. It's possessed by Samuel, so in control. Cuts back for Van Dalen. Munoz. They get touched, I can't control Gabrielson. Clear in the area, finds Hay. Hay looking for the long option. can only be met by the boot of Price. Here's Mayer. Oscar. Counters for the long ball forward. It's able to find Simbus. Oscar collects, deals with the danger. Kim. Simbus. Ingleson. In for Sido. Sido looking to provide the long option forward for Gentel. Canatus taken out, and with that, we do have our solitary booking for the afternoon. Yellow card for the Croydon number 16, Kristen Rouse. So Samuel takes the free kick from the Lionesses, lobbed over, Van Dalen, almost given an opportunity to retake the lead. Buscarrillo is able to get control of proceedings. Kim flicks on for Samuel. Samuel just can't quite get the control of the ball. It's again with Buscarrillo. Kim intercepts. Going alone. The ball curves against her favour. Potential deflection there. Indeed, deflection is confirmed by a referee. And so it will be a corner for the Lionesses. Given they've already scored from the corner, can they do it again? Is Van Dalen. And also it shall just be a goal kick. And with that, it is 66 minutes played. It is Eastern Lions 1, Croydon City Arrows 1. As the Lionesses opt to make a quick rotation. Young. Split by Tran. Ingleson. Gabrielson. Canatus. For Samuel. Samuel potentially to go alone here. And getting tighter and tighter. There's support, Samuel. Oxford trying to break a line. Here is cleared briefly. Catalyst trying to re-mount that pressure against the arrows. Sido. Nice little pick up there by Tran. And Darwin tries to send Samuel there. Is look, initially looked it was going to be goal kick, but just kept in the field of play. So taken by the Lionesses. This opportunity arises once again. He's seen best with the throw. Van Dalen swings in the corner. Just not clear. The forward ball. Just a little bit too much. And with that, Anushka Samuel is able to start at home to make it 2-1 for the Lionesses. And in the process, she is now the outright leader of the Golden Boot for the Lionesses. It is now 8 in 8 appearances for Anushka Samuel. So fantastically well-timed pick up there for the Lionesses forward. Sido. Gabrielson. Ingwerson. Samuel. To provide a long option there for Tran, ultimately 2 teammates not quite on the same wavelength. Oscar Real, let's sort things out there. Van Dalen, Ingwerson, Van Dalen, the victor there against Ingwerson. Now, because this is the 2-on-1, Rails provides some support there for her teammate. Young with the throw for the Lionesses. Gabrielson. It is cleared. Well, another throw for the Lionesses. Once again, Young with the throw. Area found and cleared there by Rees. As the Lionesses look, have a bit of a firmer shape in the back line after being caught out of space. And it's been the first time for quite a while Croydon's been able to break out of their own half. Pressure for the Lionesses has been certainly relentless in the second half. Quite brought back from a free kick for the visitors. It's again, so has received a knock. With both teams look to make quick adjustments. little bit of friendly fire there among Mayer and Claypick. So the free kick for the Lionesses. Boscarell fumbles, just able to recover in time. Young. Oh, held by Ingleson. Sido with support. Turn for Leach to chase. And then margins not quite in their favour. Sido, Samuel. As well to stay on the feet there. Sends Van Dalen. And this time Van Dalen is beating the pace. Rouse collecting the free kick. A quick chance for rotations for the Lionesses. You know what's going to be on. You know what you're going to have to do next week. Young with the throw. Checks for handball. Eventually played by a referee. Free kick played short. Turned very much on the tail of Rouse. Samuel. Good pressure from Sido. Sido, well-timed challenge there. So to push the ball up towards Gentel. Canatus. Sends the long ball for Van Dalen. Flies cut down. Van Dalen shoots. Denied by Boscarell. Van Dalen again. Denied by Boscarell. And picks up a knock for efforts as well in the process. Yeah, no immediate reaction, at least in terms of disciplinary needs from our referee. Which, given it was done by our only booked player this afternoon, number 16, Christine Rouse, she will have to be careful not to see herself into the book yet again. Van Dalen is back on her feet with potential concussion concerns, is immediately substituted off so she can be checked thoroughly. A thumping clearance there. They can only get as far as the boot of Li Chen. Lioness is potentially getting caught in a spot of bother here. Crosses sent in towards the box. Collected by Trende. We've had a number of tremendous stretching saves here this afternoon. Mayer, Ingleson, with a side-eye. Well, it's for Jones there. Here's Klepek. Throw for the Lionesses. This once they can find the ball. The advertising, so they wanted to not let go of it. And it's now apparently, it's precious. Samuel with the throw. Clear pack again with a firm clearance. Final 10 minutes, very much on the horizon here. As things stand, it will be all 3 points remaining at Gardiner's Creek Reserve. And certainly not without challenges for that lead. For whenever the Lions is struck, the Arrows are certainly not too far behind their target. Klepak with the throw. And eventually spawning long ball. Opportunity very much opening up here for Leach. Just about dealt with. The young playing a firmer clearance. Mayer sees the ball out and we'll get a throw. One very much safe in their own half, almost parallel to the corner flag. And again, the wind very much making its mark known here at Gardiner's Creek. Here's Samuel. And Croydon up to make another rotation as they prep for the final 10 here in our Women's State League 4 East final match weekend. Once again, as things stand, as long as the Lionesses take all 3 points, they will have at least a neutral goal difference, and the Arrows will gain a negative goal difference, making them the only team in the top half of the table to have one, at least expected to end up having one come the end of this match weekend. Because all that is dependent on the Lionesses getting all 3 points. Grande. Where's the footing? In the one-on-one. Will be a throw for the Arrows. Momentum very much in their fortune. firm looped cross shall merely be goal kick Eastern Lions. Once again, quick burst of substitutions. Both benches are making use of the rolling substitutions. Van Dalen again doing well to open up proceedings. Rouse goes down, claims foul. So not the first time, and quite likely nor the last time Van Dalen and Rouse have a one-on-one together, ending in some controversy. Oscar Real will get the goal kick. Ball played wide into the boot of Henry. Young. Sido. Henry. Leach. Young. Picked up by Simbas. Van Dalen. Shall be a goal kick. I do like to thank the consistent dozen or so of you enjoying our live broadcast of this Women's State League 4 fixture. And if you do like what we do here at Croydon Media, please do give us a like, do give us a subscription. It does go a long way helping support our project to promote women's football at all levels of the Victorian Pyramid. And of course, if you are feeling a little bit generous, you can, of course, use the buy a coffee option and help support our cameraman's crippling milkshake addiction. Grande, open up space, goes alone. The shot, carried away that keeper, but not far enough. And with that, there is the equaliser. And tremendous style, a bit of friendly fire as well, is well-deserved celebrations there for Gabrielle Grande, who gets her second of the afternoon. In the process, she will end out the season at latest thing stand 11 goals in 17 appearances. Which is, that's rounded up friendly. We'll call that three in every 4. And with that, Croydon Celtic found some life, cross sent in by Pishatek. Grande won't be able to get to that ball. And so, goal kick Eastern Lions. As we're now very much into the final 5 minutes indeed. Technically final 3. So we've got still plenty of time for some shenanigans on the pitch. But as things stand, it will be points divided at Gardiner's Creek. Still time for a repeated, though mirrored scoreline, as last time these two teams met earlier in the season, it was a 3-2 victory for the then hosts, Croydon City, at Dorset Recreation Reserve. as things stand, certainly it is probably fair to assume that Lionesses would be extremely proud of what they've achieved this season, given it is their first season as a senior women's team for Eastern Lions. And given their comfortable mid-table finish, well, certainly that's not too bad considering you're building a team completely from scratch over the summer. With plenty of work certainly there from both the Eastern Lions committee as well as their senior women's gaffer, Chris Steele. Yeah, it's getting a live one. Simbus. Quite possibly fouled there. The referee is very much not giving anything at this late stage, as the challenges are getting quite firm. If not, potentially even a bit thumping. Here's Grando. Won't quite be able to link up. Henry playing off the body of her opponent. And Young still on the ground. Eventually able to find a footing. And if anything, if merely just for the sake of avoiding any further injuries, I'm sure many of the players on the field would be happy to hear that we are in the final minute of regulation time here at Gardiner's Creek Reserve. That even with that, quite possibly there will be still time for more near mindless chaos. Intensity very much amping up. And with that, late substitution is required for number 13, Jasmine Young. Unless I can get an early breather and be checked out and make sure everything is tickety boo for them. Fran. Can't find the connection ball. Third connection there. Countess looks to be solo in the moment. Here's Henry. Henry. Dealt with by Howard. We're now seeing just a snippet shy of 91 minutes here at Gardiner's Creek Reserve. Probably no more than another 2 needs to be played. If anything, the out of time may purely be for the goals in this half. Indeed, we do get an official confirmation from our referee. There's 1 minute to be played. And so, in the wisdom of the managerial great and leading Premier League manager of the month, Sir Alex Ferguson, it is very much squeaky bum time. And with the corner, the Lionesses will have to be squeaky clean if they want to take all 3 points very, very late on here at Gardiner's Creek Reserve. Here's Van Dalen with the set piece. Corner ball swung in. Swings friendly, trying its connection. and is awarded goal kick by our lead referee. And so now it's merely a matter of preference from our referee this afternoon. But the whistle is due. He's had his extra minutes. Checks his watch. Samuels giving play on. Shoots from range. Samuel! And that's how you end the season. What a tremendous goal from range from the number 11, Anushka Samuel. And that's just, enjoy the replay here. Now I'm sure someone after the game is going to go out on that pitch and check that distance. Because it's not too often, even at the top of the Victorian Women's Pyramid, we see goals taken from that range. But with that, surely it's all we've got time for. And surely it will remain Eastern Lions 3, Croydon City Arrows 2. And unless someone wants to spite the commentator. No, we won't. Once again, it is 3-2 between these two teams. At this time, it stays with the hosts, right in the reverse fixture. It was 3-2 Croydon City at their previous meeting at Dorset Recreational Reserve at Gardeners Creek. It is 3-2 Eastern Lions, and with that, it is very much probably the best way possible to end a fantastic Maiden City season for the Lionesses. Goals this afternoon sees. I should have wrote this down. A double consolation from a Gabriella Grande, number 2 of Croydon City. Of course, a tremendous double from Anushka Samuel. And rounding out the 3 for the Lionesses, it was an opening captain's contribution from Anna Claire Munoz. And with that is a final match week victory for Crystal's Eastern Lionesses. And with that, a great and exhilarating victory to end their maiden campaign, of which certainly there'll be many, many more to come. But from all of us here at Trial Media, that's about all we've got time for our regular broadcasts. But we will get some sideline action from our cameraman. And with that, perhaps, one last time, for a little bit of shenanigans. And with that, so I do hope you enjoyed our goal replays here from Gardeners Creek Reserve. That is a tremendously styled victory for the Lionesses. 3-2 the final score here for our State League Women's 4 East clash. And as we look briefly across to our live chat, which is of course still live, and we do thank you for all your contributions. One final contribution from our American spectator, the Navigator. Quote, "Yes, we're in Lionesses. Thanks for the stream and commentary, much appreciated." Well, Navigator, we've heard you all afternoon, and we are absolutely tremendously thankful that you can join us. And of course, all of our at least consistent dozen-ish viewers for the live broadcast. But we enjoyed all the action from not just here at Gardeners Creek, but across the grounds this season with Tri-Element Media. We look forward to hopefully bring you a few summer bits and pieces, if and where we can, across the off-season. But for us here at Tri-Element Media, that is pretty much all we've got time for both the regular season and of course the media season. But from the time being. One last opportunity. As we see the triumphant Lionesses make their way off to the pitch. As the visitors are clapped off by the travelling faithful.